Hi, I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist, and today I want to discuss just some basic shoulder strengthening exercises. There's 5 of them. And what I'm going to use to do this is this stretch band. And this particular band is a brand called TheraBand. And this was the first one, I believe, to come out with the idea of the stretch band. So they've been around the longest. You can go on the internet and Google TheraBand, and I know they sell these. Besides selling them in large rolls, they also sell them in packages where you get maybe like a 6-foot piece, or I don't know how long it is, but something that's just long enough for you to use as opposed to having to get the full roll. The band colors tend to run from like yellow all the way up to gray. Generally, the lighter the color of the band, the easier it is to use. So you're going to want to probably start with a lesser or lighter color, probably a yellow or a red. We'll start off with the exercise that you actually can do without using, because some of these exercises you're going to do using a doorway. But let's start off, the first one we're going to do is shoulder flexion. Shoulder flexion means you're just flexing the shoulder up like this. Now I'm going to have you just take it up to this point. I don't want you going up this high. There's a lot of impingement that goes on in the shoulder when you start going above the shoulder height. So with all these exercises, I'm just going to have you go up to basically level. So you take this TheraBand. This is a very simple one to do. You can put it under your foot, and you're going to have your thumb up. That's how I prefer it. And you're going to have the arm straight. The other thing is you really want to have good posture while you're doing these. If you do it with kind of a bent posture, you're strengthening muscles in that position, and it's actually bad on the shoulder in the long run. So good posture, thumb up, and you're just going to bring it up to shoulder height. I would say a good 15 to 20 repetitions with TheraBand, since it's not that difficult of a resistance. Alright, so then we can go right into the next one, which is abduction. Abduction means to move away from the body, and so in this one you're going to move, again, thumb up, but this time you're going to go out to the side, up to about, again, just that 90-degree angle. Again, 10 to 15 reps. Again, you shouldn't have any pain with this, and again, you should have very good posture while you're doing this. The last two we're going to have to do simulating a doorway, so we'll cut away and we'll start those. Okay, I'm going to bring Brad Heineck in, a physical therapist, here to help with these last 3 exercises for shoulder stabilization, shoulder strengthening. Give me a hand. Brad, do you mind coming in?
Oh, sorry, Bob. I was just reading a book on how to treat your own back.
Brad's trying to put forth this impression that he's reading all the time, that he's like a big cerebral, you know. All right, so we already did shoulder flexion and abduction. Now we're going to do shoulder extension. And the way you can do this on your own is you're going to take the TheraBand, you could put a knot into the top of it, and you may have to knot it a few times, and put it through the door and close the door on it, and then you can pull down like this, with the door holding in place. Or if you have something that you can tie it to, you can put it up there. Brad's going to serve right now as the stabilization point.
I'm going to be the door.
He's going to be the door, there we go.
Okay.
So, again, thumb up. I'd start at about level, and then you're just going to pull down like this. Okay, again, good posture. And this is getting some of the muscles that actually stabilize the shoulder. Again, I'd say a good 15 to 20 reps. Anything, Brad?
This is shoulder, what motion do you call this?
Shoulder extension.
Yeah.
Did I not say that?
Yeah.
Shoulder extension.
It's one of those
Extend.
things, yeah, it's like, so many patients, you know, that's kind of like foreign terminology, so I just wanted to reinforce that. My shoulder's getting sore, Bob.
Okay, and again, because he's up higher than level. That's why I don't like to go above higher than level. All right, the next one we're going to do is shoulder external rotation. That's a lot, I know, but a mouthful. But what you're going to do is you keep your arm at a right angle here, and you're going to start in what we call the neutral position, and you're going to bring it out this way. Okay, you actually can start here, can't you?
Yeah, I usually have people say, bring it across your belly button, and then pull out
Yeah.
As long as it's pain-free and they're working that rotator cuff.
So again, you can tie it to something, or you can, again, do your knot, put it in the doorway, close the door on it, and hold it in place. Again, you might want to wrap your hand around it like this. Again, as Brad said, put your arm across the belly button, and then you're going to pull it out like this. All right, you're maintaining the right angle here. That's the thing. You don't want to go up like this, or like this. All right, and very good posture. Very good posture. Pull out this way. Any comments, Brad?
Yeah, one thing I do, it works out really well, is, let's see, typically, oh, there we go. Why don't you go ahead and do the motion again without the TheraBand. Okay, face the camera, Bob. Okay, is keeping the elbow in close to the body. It's very common that people will start getting that elbow out because they're thinking about this motion and that motion, everything we've talked about. Because this is a specific motion, I'll just take a towel roll and I'll put it right there and I'll say, if that towel drops to the floor, that means your elbow got too far away from your body, and it works like a charm. They really get the idea of holding that elbow in snug.
What Brad doesn't know is this is actually a technique they use in golf, because you don't golf as much as I do, but in golf they actually have you put a towel underneath your arm sometimes to maintain the arm connected to the body. You didn't know that, did you? Okay, I'm going to grab that again, we're going to finish up here.
Do you think Tiger Woods does that?
Tiger Woods does a lot of things. All right, actually this time now you're going to probably have to be over here, because we're going to do shoulder internal rotation. That was external, meaning moving out, internal moving in. So in this case you're actually going to, again, tie it to something, make the knot, put it in the doorway. Start with the arm. Again, I guess I could keep the towel underneath, in this case too. The towel could be underneath my arm.
Sure, you bet.
And then I would pull it across the belly button here. Okay, good shoulder internal rotation.
Another thing that I always like to reinforce is to get the right distance from wherever you have it onto the doorknob or the door. If you come in and you've got this much slack and you
It's a lot easier. Yeah.
Well, sometimes I like to say, depending on how strong they are, is if there's a lot of slack in here, there's no strengthening going on when there's slack there. So they may have to step away from it and then go ahead. Okay.
Good point. I forgot to mention that. Yeah, you want to feel resistance throughout the entire motion. So yeah, it's like Brad said, if it's slack here, I'm not getting anything from here to here. So keep the tension on, and you'll feel it throughout the motion. Again, those 5 exercises, we had shoulder flexion, abduction, shoulder extension, shoulder external rotation, shoulder internal rotation. 5 very good exercises.
And how many repetitions?
Well, I'd say like 15 to 20 with TheraBand. I don't know that there's a magic number. What do you say?
Well, I usually say 10 to 15, 20 would be the max. I think if you start going more than 20, I have patients come in, I've done 50 of them this way and 50 of them that way, and they said it's getting to be too many repetitions, too much for repetition. If it's that easy, that means you need to increase the resistance to get that down to that 10 to 20 range, because they're getting stronger.
Sounds good? Okay, Brad, we forgot to mention how many times a day you can do this. Brad, why don't you take it away?
I was going to bring it in, but then I forgot, and then he forgot. So anyways, we go 2 to 3 times per day. Go through your repetitions, 10 to 20 repetitions, and do that one set through 2 to 3 times a day, depending on how your shoulder's feeling or what you got time for, but at least 2 times a day.
Wunderbar.